In what can be seen as a subtle warning to Pakistan, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that the US is going to be reassessing its ties with Pakistan. Blinken made the comments while he testified in front of Congress on the hasty American pullout from Afghanistan. Blinken noted that Pakistan has harboured members of the Taliban before, including terrorists from the Haqqani network. Remember that Sirajuddin Haqqani is now the Interior Minister in the new Afghanistan government. When grilled by lawmakers if it was time for Washington to reassess its relationship with Pakistan, Blinken said that Washington planned in the coming weeks to look at the role played by Islamabad over the last 20 years and what role it would like to play in the future. When asked about how the US viewed Pakistan's involvement in Afghanistan, Blinken said that Pakistan had a multiplicity of interests, including some which were in clear conflict with the US.
To point at the role that Pakistan has played throughout the past 20 years and even before. And it is one that has involved hedging its bets constantly about the future of Afghanistan. It's one that's involved harboring members of the Taliban, including the Haqqanis. It's one that's also involved at different points cooperation with us on counterterrorism. And so there are a number of things that have come into play. It has a multiplicity of interests, some that are in conflict, clear conflict with ours.
Earlier this month, former Afghan Vice President Amrullah Saleh had accused the Taliban of being micromanaged by Pakistan. This after Pakistan's intelligence chief visited Kabul days after Taliban took control of the city. Blinken laid out the complicated nature of ties with Pakistan, saying that it relied on a variety of factors. First was Pakistan always hedging its bets about the future of Afghanistan. While it harbours members of terrorist organisations, it has also at different times cooperated with the US on counter-terrorism. Blinken said that Pakistan's varying interests have in the past worked both against and in favour of US interests. Blinken also said that India's involvement in Afghanistan had influenced Pakistan's actions, which were detrimental to Washington. On India, Blinken said that the US was deeply engaged with New Delhi regarding the situation, especially regarding over-the-horizon assistance if needed.
Say generally, Congressman, we're deeply engaged with India across the board. With regard, though, to any specifics about over-the-horizon capabilities and the plans that we put in place or will continue to put in place.
The United States and Western countries are in a difficult balancing act in the aftermath of the Taliban's victory. Pakistan has had deep ties with the Taliban and has been accused of supporting the group as it battled the US-backed government in Kabul for 20 years, charges denied by Islamabad. It is also considered one of the two countries, along with Qatar, with the most influence over the Taliban, and a place where many senior Taliban leaders were thought to have escaped to after the US-led invasion of Afghanistan in 2001.